Hey guys, it's your boy Reddit Ed, and welcome back to a brand new video. So in today's video, I thought I'd do another amazing top 5 video. So for this top 5, I figured I'd talk about a franchise that I've mentioned on the channel probably more than 10 times. And this is honestly one that I've been sitting on for a while, and that is my top 5 favorite Pokemon games. But it's not just gonna be for the whole overall Pokemon games. Oh no. This is gonna be for the main storyline games. So that's like Ruby, Sapphire, Blue, Yellow, Let's Go Pikachu, Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, Heart Gold, Soul Silver. So coming in at number 5 was one that actually kind of grew on me, even though it is a remake, Pokemon Yellow. So I did a review on this game, I want to say back in either 2019 or 2020. I honestly want to say it was during 2020. I did a review on Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu after I beat it, and I honestly had to admit, I had a lot of fun with this game. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu was released on November 21st, 2014, and it was developed through Game Freak, and it was published through Nintendo, and the game has sold over 15.7 million copies worldwide. Now, I'm sure the game has sold more than 15.7 million copies. So with this game, it kind of does have those features of Pokemon Go, where when you catch the Pokemon, you have to use the joystick or the Joy-Con, you have to circle it and then throw it. Kind of like in Pokemon Go, it has that mechanic of catching Pokemon, and I kid you not, I carried that Pokewalker with me everywhere I went. I remember I'd be on college campus, I'd be having to walk from one side of campus all the way over to the other, and I would just have that Pokewalker with me so I can level up my Pokemon. And I believe another game that took that same mechanic was Heart Gold and Soul Silver, especially ones that you were trying to level up. The more you walk, the more of a level of that Pokemon would rise. And so I really liked that they brought that feature back for this game. And overall, it was just a fun game. I'll leave a link somewhere in the description below, or if I forget to, you can just go on my YouTube channel and you'll look and see that I did a review for this game, and you can check it out to hear more about this game. So coming in at number 4 was my first Pokemon game for this console. I have some memories for it, and that game I'm talking about is Pokemon Alpha Sapphire. Pokemon Alpha Sapphire was released in North America on November 21st, 2014. It was developed through Game Freak and published through Nintendo. The game has sold over 14.57 million copies worldwide. So I remember I went to the midnight launch for this game, and I was a senior in high school when this came out. I wasn't even 18 yet. But I remember a friend of mine who graduated a grade before me was going to go to the midnight launch for this game, and I really wanted to go. So after I got done with play rehearsal that I was doing, because I started doing a lot of theater my senior year, I actually got this before I even obtained my 3DS. And I remember I was told that I was gonna potentially get one for Christmas my senior year. So I was like, my first game has to be Pokemon. And so I went to the midnight launch and just sat on this game until I received my 3DS, which I did get for Christmas. This game is a remake of Sapphire, just like how Omega Ruby is a remake of Ruby, but brought onto the 3DS. I do like the starters. You get Mudkip, Torchic, and Trico. I can't remember who my starter was in this game. I want to say it was probably Blaziken, just because Blaziken's my favorite starter out of the 3. I do like Mudkip because of Swampert, and I do like Trico because of Sceptile. All 3 final evolutions are pretty badass, but Blaziken is always the one that I've gravitated towards the most, so I think I chose Torchic in this one, because if I wasn't going to choose Torchic, then Trico would have been my next option. And the reason why I picked it up was because I never played Ruby and Sapphire, and one thing that I would say I liked about this was not only just you got its main storyline in it, but you also got a little bit of a DLC as well. There was something called the Delta episodes, which was supposed to have a little bit of resemblance to Emerald, where you get Rayquaza, you go into space, you catch Rayquaza, you also encounter Deoxys. So yeah, there's extra gameplay at the end of the game once you beat it. For whatever reason, I was always grinding because you had, I believe it was a battle team, and then you had your main teams. The way I believe the game had it set up was you would have your main 6, but then you also had a battle team, which I think was like another team of 6 Pokemon, but the ones that you were like, these are them. For years after I beat this game, even not too long ago, I remember I was going back with both this and Omega Ruby, and I was going through the Elite Four and Champion just to level up some Pokemon for my Battle Box team. And I don't know, it was just something about it that I really liked. I was able to play through it and and beat it relatively quick. I remember I was still playing through this while also playing X at the same time, so it was kind of great to have, two Pokemon games to play at the same time. But I love Kyogre. When it comes down to Kyogre and Groudon, I like Kyogre, and in this game you get like the special orb to where Kyogre looks like this, and it takes on this new form when you go against Team Aqua. I really don't know what else to say about it. Actually, one other thing. In this game, they do Mega Evolutions as well. And I remember flying around on, I believe it was Latios, where I was flying around going through all these secret areas within the game, and I was catching other legendary Pokemon on these secret islands. Once I would fly up and I would see all these towns and cities, I would go to these secret hidden islands within the game, and I would go through these portals in like caves, near water and grass fields, and I would catch these legendary Pokemon that would just be on the other side. And that was another cool aspect I really liked about this game. So next one on the list is one that is very popular within the Pokemon main storyline games, and this one is still talked about. It even actually got a sequel, and that one I'm talking about is Pokemon White. Pokemon White version was released in North America on March 6, 2011. It was developed through Game Freak and published through Nintendo, and the game has sold over 15.64 million copies worldwide. Zekrom has electricity powers and Reshiram has fire powers. Just the whole look of Zekrom and the fact that he had electricity powers was pretty badass if you ask me, so I had to pick it up. Now I remember I had this game pre-ordered, but one thing I liked about it was the Unova region. Newer Pokemon, new cities. I like Z, who was like this antagonist, or he was an anti-hero, and you get Team Plasma. I think it was Team Plasma. The story overall in Pokemon White, I remember being really good for a Pokemon game, and it even had some dark elements. I know that there's even conspiracy theories involving the character N from this game and other characters within Pokemon. I think I chose Tepig. I'm pretty sure I chose Tepig or Oshawott, because those two seemed more interesting than the Sneevy. Also, one thing I remember that was so funny about this game was that this game was like the first one to introduce black people. When you look at some of the Pokemon games, especially in the anime, there weren't really a whole lot of people of color in that game. But I just remember there were black players, but some of them were kind of stereotypical. Like there were basketball players and football players, and I'm like, but I know one of the gym leaders, I think she's the second gym leader you face, Iris. There we go. Okay, I was drawing a blank on her name. But you get Iris, who was a dragon-type gym leader, who I think she's the 8th gym leader you face. And I think she's black too. I'm not sure exactly what her ethnicity is. But I like that this game introduced more people of color, honestly. It was kind of nice to have that. And then you also get the triple battle feature. So not only did we get triple battles, but I think it was rotating battles as well. I think it was the two. If not, then they're the same. But overall, there was just so much that this game had to offer. So coming in number 2 was the first Pokemon game that I've played main story-wise. It has so many nostalgic moments within my life. I have so many memories attached to this game. And now what I'm talking about is Pokemon Diamond version. Pokemon Diamond version was released in North America on April 22nd, 2007. It was developed through Game Freak and published through Nintendo. And the game has sold over 17.67 million copies worldwide. Now, it's not CIB, it's used, and honestly, I could care less. I remember I was in 6th grade for Christmas. I remember going to my stocking and pulling this out and a used Nintendo DS. And honestly, I could give two shits if both this and the DS were used. I was very appreciative, and I was just honestly blessed to get a Pokemon game and a DS to play this. This copy of Pokemon Diamond has survived a lot. I think I actually have 2 copies of Diamond. I don't know if I sold one of my copies or not, but I had 2 copies of Diamond. I remember when I was a freshman in high school, I worked at this restaurant with my dad, and I remember this guy that I worked with used to play Pokemon like crazy, and he gave me his Diamond version of DS, and it had the complete Pokedex, everything completed. It has shiny Pokemon on it. He might have hacked it for all I know. I would love to sit down and do a review on it because I have this Pearl and Platinum. I was so glad I got it. And again, this is my first main story Pokemon game that I own. And honestly, all 3 starters, goated. I remember Cynthia being really hard to beat in this game. And I think it took me, I'm not joking, like 2 years just to beat Cynthia. And I have that same issue with Brilliant Diamond, but I'm not ready to to talk about that yet. I think y'all know what's coming. Do I even need to say it? Y'all already know what's my number one. Pokemon Soul Silver was released in North America on March 14th, 2010. It was published through Nintendo and developed through Game Freak. The game has sold over 12.7 million copies worldwide. What the do y'all know about Soul Silver? This held it down when I was in middle school, bruh. This was the game. Not only does it have my favorite gen of Pokemon, but it has so much and more. 16 gym leaders. You get Lugia, you get Ho-Oh, whichever one you choose. I love Lugia, my favorite legendary. You get so many excellent Pokemon. You get 2 regions. You get the Pokewalker, where you can walk around, level up your Pokemon by just going a certain amount of steps, miles, whatever you do. And I believe that's how the original Gold and Silver worked. Honestly, I have to admit, this is one of the best remakes for a main story Pokemon game that I have ever played, and it's gonna stay as one of my favorite Pokemon games. But yeah, if you guys haven't played Soul Silver, please. It may be a little pricey, but if you're gonna want to invest in an old school Pokemon game, just please pick this up. And with that being said, that concludes my top 5 favorite Pokemon games within the main storyline. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, dislike if you didn't, subscribe to the channel if you're brand new. Don't forget to check out my links to my social media accounts in the link in the description below, as well as the link to my second channel, also in the link in the description below. And if you had any connections to any of these Pokemon games, or if you have a favorite main story Pokemon game, let me know that in the comment section below and let's talk about it. Especially if you have any fond memories from the games that I just listed off in the video. And don't forget to hit the bell to get notified whenever your boy is uploading future content on the channel, and I will catch y'all on the next upload. Alrighty guys, this is your boy Rated Ed, and I am out of here.